Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video came highly recommended by you all, and it is part 2 of TikTok cleaning hacks. I have a whole nother list to share with you guys, so without further ado, I'm just going to jump on it. If you haven't already, hit that red subscribe button and let's get started. The first 2 I'm gonna start with are ones that take a little extra time because they have to sit for a few hours. The first one is where you take some white vinegar, you pour it in a dish, leave it in your car if you've got any funky smells out there. And the second one is supposed to be this phenomenal bathroom cleaner, but you have to spray it and leave it for a couple hours. So I'm gonna do both those first. First up is the white vinegar one. You can buy it anywhere, Walmart, Target, Publix, you name it. It's very, very cheap. And some kind of just small dish, this isn't very big. I'm gonna put somewhere between a 1/4 cup and a 1/2 cup of just straight white vinegar and take this out to my car and let it sit for 3, 4, 5 hours, however long you want, and it will suck any nasty scent out of your car. It is a rainy day, but this would work even better on a hot day, but I'm just gonna put it up here and leave it for several hours, and then I'll come back because right now my car has almost like a old milk and shoe smell from my kids being picked up in car line for the last several weeks. Fast forward 3.5 hours, this is the vinegar. It is right around 100 degrees here today. My entire car smells like vinegar. Yeah, it took every other scent out, but my whole car smells like vinegar. If you can't handle that smell, don't do this hack. Just don't if you don't like strong vinegar. Yeah, airing out the car. Trust me, don't do this one if you don't like vinegar. Was I expecting the whole car to smell like vinegar? Absolutely, because I understand what happens when you heat vinegar in like the microwave and it cleans out. Yeah, I expected the results of this one, but like I said, I test these hacks for people who think it would be a good idea, but don't fully understand what it is, if it works, if it doesn't, if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. That's why I do this for you guys. But just seriously, if you do not like the smell of white vinegar at all, don't do that because it is so strong. On to hack number 2, and I'm gonna use the term hack very lightly with this one because I'm not sure if it falls under like hack or if it's just a good cleaning tip. There's a cleaning lady on TikTok. She is phenomenal. Everything she does, her work is so beautiful and her tips are fantastic. She swears by this stuff right here, but the reason I'm gonna go with hack on this one is because she says to spray this, but instead of listening to the directions, spray it when you start cleaning, spray your shower, your tub, whatever you're cleaning, leave it for several hours, go do the rest of your stuff, then come back, scrub it down, and you'll be good to go. And this is her holy grail. We're gonna see. In my shower, I always have the trouble spot of down here along where my door is. It's always black or some kind of gross color, so I'm gonna spray this entire thing down, get all the mold, mildew, everything, scrub probably just that corner in about 15 minutes, and then leave the entire rest of it for several hours. Shower 4 hours later, I've already scrubbed it and rinsed it, and honestly it didn't do next to nothing. Like, you can still see the black in that corner, you can still see the soap scummy color on that and over there, and that black corner is still bad too. So I'm gonna say this one's a definite fail. Had real high hopes for this one. I mean, come on, 99.9%, it kills it, doesn't remove it like it claims. The first laundry hack I want to discuss is the one I'm most excited about. It literally says if you take just like a white bath rag, not a microfiber cloth, and some Blue Dawn, squirt a good amount of this onto the rag and wash it with whatever you have that has a stain on it, it will pull the stains right out. jumping into, we're gonna go hack number 2, because this is kind of common knowledge, and if you read the bottles, it does say to do it. If you have one of them big old bottles with the pump on the front for your laundry soap, you wash the cap. You throw it in your washer, let the thing go, and when it comes out, it's clean. Instead of it sitting there all gross and things, you throw it in the wash. So there's a lot of people that don't know it, so therefore it's considered a hack, but if you read the bottle, it says to do it. Put your detergent in as you normally would, and then when it's time to start your load, just take the cup and throw it in, run the cycle like you normally would. The cup will be clean when it's all done. When the load is done, the cup will be right on the top, and as you can see, it is not damaged in any way. It is perfectly good as new, and you can do this every single time. The next laundry hack is for when you are drying your shoes. You know when you wash your shoes and you throw them in the dryer, they make all the noise and beat your dryer up. There's an easier way to do that. Simply what you do, tie your shoes together, hang them over the dryer door as you're closing the door. It will pinch the laces in the door, and then they won't flop around your dryer, make a whole lot of noise, and it will still dry your shoes against the door instead of throwing them all around and making a whole bunch of noise and destroying your dryer. The last laundry specific hack is how to make your own dryer sheets so you don't have to spend as much money on those and you could just constantly keep reusing them. Not necessarily the brand, but this is the type of sponge that you are looking for, and some fabric softener. That's all you need. 1 cup of water and half a cup of fabric softener. Put the sponges in the container, put the lid on, shake it around a little bit, and you're good to go and reuse these for a while. And yes, the Dawn hack does work because there's not a single stain on this dress or that white towel that was covered in stains. But when you're ready, just take one out, wring out the excess fluid, throw it right in your dryer as you would a normal dryer sheet. When it's done, take it out. It'll feel really hard and crusty. Put it back in the container, shake it up, you're good to go. The next hack refers to these little plug-ins. Any of them work, the Febreze one, Airwick, doesn't matter. You can actually make your own refill instead of having to buy new. This hack is simply laundry scent beads and hot water. Use tweezers to pull the little top off of whatever one of the scent containers you have, melt the scent beads, and then pour it in. That's all it said. Well, guess what? If you don't cool off the solution and you put the little stick back in there, you ruin it. And you'll see what that looks like right here in just a second. So luckily I had 2 of these and I redid the hack. It works so much better the second time, although I will say it is the most mild. Once it's plugged into the wall, you can barely smell it. The hack does work, but I don't really recommend wasting time on this one. The next one is for cleaning your wooden spoons. Now for me, I only own 2 and I don't actually cook with them. They mostly just go on the pots if I'm boiling water like for pasta or something, but I don't really cook with them. But it is a way to clean them out completely or to just visibly see if you're not cleaning your spoon well enough. Now, I'm gonna say I cannot find any of my bigger mason jars, and this one will only show you what's going on down here. So what I'm going to do instead is lay it flat in a glass baking dish to pour the boiling water on. My spoon has been sitting in here for a good 5 minutes. I saw it like bubbling all over the spoon for a while. You can't see it on the camera, I guarantee, but there is like an oily sheen on the top of the water. It would be worse if I cooked with my spoons on a regular basis. There's usually more stuff in the videos I've seen of this being done because it pulls all the oils and things like that out of the spoon. Mine I don't use for a lot of cooking, so that's why mine looks so clean. But off camera, it's not as clean as it looks, I'll say that. The next hack I've personally been doing for years, my family has done it. It's not one that I would consider anything that hasn't been around forever, but we are discussing TikTok viral hacks and trends right now. Since it's on there, I'm just gonna go ahead and discuss it. So you know how you have those spots next to your oven or anywhere where you got a little tiny groove that you need to get into and get clean? There's a hack for that. There's several ways to do this hack. One, you can either go smaller with a toothpick or you can go bigger with a butter knife. You can either wrap it in a rag, an antibacterial wipe, a baby wipe, a wet paper towel, dry paper towel, wet rag, dry rag. You can spray it with some cleaner. However you want, you just need some type of cloth over either a butter knife or a toothpick that is wet. And then you can get into these little grooves. Like you can even see an old toothpick in mine right there. So that will help clean that out. You take it, kind of put the blade in the middle and pull it over and hold it like that so it doesn't fall through. And then you just take it and slide it in and push. And then all of the gross and nastiness that's in there will come out. The other side of my stove is a little wider, but we've taken this out to clean and obviously didn't put it back evenly, but you could still take it in there and you can clean all the way down the side of your stove and just seriously look at how much stuff is in there. It's disgusting. This next one is fast and simple, but I will personally say I don't understand how this is a viral hack because it doesn't make much sense to me. Basically, you can make this more like a squeeze or squirt bottle. If you take the top off of any dish soap bottle, you could put it on these so you can squirt this out easier. But to my knowledge, this should be diluted every time you work with it. So what are you doing? Making it easier to squirt into a bucket? I don't know, but it doesn't make sense to me. It's basically this simple. You take that one off, take this one, and you put it on. It will fit perfectly. And then this is now a squirt bottle. The only way this makes sense is if I was literally putting water into a sink and then just, you know, squirting a little bit of it in there to use it to clean that sink or to dip out of from a bucket. But does it work? Yes. Does it make sense? I don't think so. Does it give me more control with how much is coming out of the bottle? Yes. So does it make it easier to pour the product? Yes. But is it anything that's absolutely necessary or that I would go, wow, that's genius? No, but I mean, it does work and it does make your life a little easier. This next one is for cleaning your cabinets. If you are tired of cleaning down each one individually, climbing up there with a rag, this one will make your life a lot easier. I am following exactly what she said in the TikTok of the one I'm following. It is all of her measurements down to a T to see if this works. She says basically is about 5 to 6 pumps of Dawn Power Wash, any of them that you use. I use the Free and Clear just because the other ones smell horribly, so I use that one. But she said about 5 or 6, so we'll go with that. And then this is just powdered Tide, and it is 1 tablespoon of that in there. And then you're gonna put in hot water, about a gallon of really hot water. Make sure to hit the pedal a good 7 to 8 times. You want it really, really wrung out good. When you mop, it's usually 4 to 5. When you're doing the cabinets, 7 to 8. No crap, that was the fastest I have ever cleaned these cabinets. They do not feel weird. They are beautiful. They're not sticky. They dried super fast. Like, absolutely, I love this hack. If you're gonna deep clean your cabinets, obviously you need to get up there with a rag and like get in all the crevices. But for a quick clean, absolutely. The only one thing I would change, I use this one on my floors. I've used it and cleaned it several times. It's not a new one. I would have one for my cabinets and then one that I use on my floors because I am going behind it and having to wipe a little dog hair off my cabinets. But that's only because this is used. If it was brand new, we wouldn't have that issue. On to the next one. This one sounds so fun and obviously it's going to work, so I'm not worried about that. But it seems like it would really make your life a lot easier, and that is to clean your walls with a paint roller. Following what the person did on TikTok, they use this in just water and some Mr. Clean solution. That's what I'm going to do, and then wring it out and then wipe your walls with it. You can obviously do this with water and fabric softener or any other cleaner that you like, but as I've said, I'm gonna use exactly what was in the TikTok that went viral. Here, I just have some warm water in my sink and some good old Mr. Clean. Just put some of it in there. That looks good. Okay, but you're gonna put the paint roller in there. Make sure you mix it up really good, and then wring that out with your hand before you put it on the wall. Yeah, like I can see the bubbles and the cleaning solution on it, but it's not dripping, so I think we're good to go. This next one's another one you guys have seen on my channel before. I've done it for years, but I'm going to share it because it is that good, and that's why it's viral on TikTok right now. That is to use just plain old dryer sheets to clean your baseboards, because this will stop other like dog hair and dust and dirt from being able to stick to it. It will repel it. You can clean it with them wet or dry. Either one works. Open it up. Take one out. You can wet it or use it dry. I use them dry because when I clean my walls, I'll clean down to the baseboards, but then I'll go over my baseboards with it, and it will just repel all the cat hair, dust, dirt, everything. It just picks it right up. You can see it on there if this camera will focus for you guys, but it's really good at picking all that stuff up and keeping it gone for longer. This next one, the comment section went a little nuts and it took it in a bunch of different directions. Basically, the TikTok says that if you sweep up a pile into the middle of your floor, you can use a piece of paper towel that was wet, and she actually wet it with cleaners, and then you sweep the pile onto that, ball it up, throw it away. The comment section went nuts with, I've done this for years, you do it with a piece of paper, no, you do it with newspaper, why would you use cleaner, just spray it with water. Well, for me, to test this for you guys, I'm using paper towel and just plain water. That's all I'm gonna use. There's my pile. It's dog hair, it's wrapper, dirt, you name it, it's in there. Wet the edge of the paper towel, like that. And then put it down. And then sweep. And then you just take it, and it takes everything like that. Before you ask, why is this hack even anything? Because some people lose their dustpan. Some people do not own a vacuum cleaner. It just makes it a lot easier. Plus, you've noticed if you sweep and you try to put in a dustpan, it gets that line and you gotta keep working it in. You don't have that problem with this hack. My last two hacks are still with cleaning the floors, like I just did the sweeping. I am now going to do the rest of my house vacuuming, which made me think of this hack. What you're gonna do is on your vacuum, wherever your filter is, you're going to take your filter out. Obviously, if it needs cleaning, clean it. And then take any kind of fabric refresher that you like, Febreze, any homemade one, whatever you have, and then spray it on your filter just a few times. Replace your filter. And then when you vacuum, instead of, getting that vacuum smell, you won't get that. You'll get the Febreze instead. Okay, fast forward a few minutes. Yes, you can see stuff in there. I just did my tile. It works. My vacuum usually always smells like dog. Nope, also smells Febreze. The last viral TikTok cleaning hack I have for you guys for this video involves mopping. More specifically, mopping with a dishwasher pod. Now, in the comments, a lot of people are like, oh, that's too expensive for me to use a dishwasher pod. I buy Cascade Complete. It's a 14 pack for almost $5 at Walmart. You can get normal Cascade for $4.97, and there's 25 of them in there. It works out to about 20 cents a pod. The Dollar Tree makes dishwashing pods. You can find them everywhere. It does not have to be that expensive. So if this actually does work and clean my floors better, I will say definitely go with this one. And if it's not worth it, then of course stick with your usual. With the bucket, what she did was she threw in her dishwasher pod. She used a different scent of Lysol. I'm using the lemon. It's the only one I've got, but she used one of these because it brings some disinfectant and it brings some scent to it. So pretty decent splash of that. And then just hot water.
was at the wrong place at the right time. 'Cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky. When you took my hand, said let's leave now.
Waiting for that to dry so I can do a field test. But right now, it's looking like it may streak. I'll let you know. My first observation, my mop head looks green. It looks green from the cleaner in the Tide Pod. I'll show you one so you can see what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's no longer white, it's green. The Cascade Platinum are colored like this, which is why my mop head is now dyed. It looks like this right here, this green, so I'm gonna have to bleach that out of it, but yeah, it definitely changed the color of my mop head, so be prepared for that if you try this hack. Down on the dry tile, it's not sticky, there's no grip or anything like that, so it did clean. There aren't any visible streaks, so I do like that as well, but do I feel that this was absolutely necessary? No. The Tide in there worked better than adding the dishwasher pod. It broke down the food and stuff on the thing better. Like if I had Tide, that would have come right up, but it didn't come up with the dishwasher pod. So I'm gonna say the Tide hack from TikTok works better than the dishwasher pod. All right, but that is all of the TikTok cleaning hacks that I have for you guys in this one. If you would like another one of these, please let me know down below and I will go ahead and start putting it together for you. There was some winners and some losers. Definitely know your home before you try any cleaners that are recommended to you on the internet. I'm saying that now. But thank you guys so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.